Greetings, brothers and sisters. Britney J. Spears deleted her or privatized her channel again the other day, her Instagram page. And so I haven't caught up with her. Got a bunch of stuff to get to, some celebrity stuff, and then more serious stuff about the media. But I like this post. Spinner, a person occupied in making thread by spinning, fishing, a lure designed to revolve when pulled through the water. Yes, that's me, the spinner. She likes to spin around, and so here she likes to squeeze her boobs together. I'm not going to show you that because it's weird. She does it all the time. This post, it embarrasses her kids. Okay, here we go. Reach for the sky. I'm a ballerina. I'm a little hug myself. Okay, so talk to the camera. Sing. There you go. Reach out. There we go. Fast. Crazy arms. Look at my hands. Crazy hand. Look at my twirling motion. There I am spinning. This is me. I like to spin. I like to smile. I like to look at the camera and spin around like a ballerina and hug myself. That was a short one. New edit of my dance to SOS. I don't cry in this one because it's a happy dance. Paris Hilton's out there representing. There we go. Hands across the sky. There we play the drums. Look confused with my ponytail back. Bend over. Shh, hey, you. Point at you. 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 Yeah, I'm looking at you, buddy. You. There we go. Crazy arms. Crazy arms. The Copacabana move. There we go. Back and forth. Up and down. There we go. I'm doing the robot in fast motion. Crazy arms again. Look at my head. There we go. Little jumbo juice there. Spin around. Got to go into the spin. When in doubt, I spin. There we go. Fast arms. Punching hands. The magic fingers. Holding a box. You're a coyote. It's like playing bizarre dancing charades. Punching it at you. There we go. Crazy feet, crazy legs. There we go. Swirling my head, going fast. Up and down. Getting tired. I can't keep this up much longer. There we go. This one and that one. Roll the dice. There we go. My crazy head. Okay, we're back to that again. It's indistinguishable. Again, another Paris Hilton. Kourtney Kardashian still co-sleeps with her 10-year-old daughter, Penelope. There's Penelope. There's Kourtney Kardashian. A lot of these celebrities like to suck the life out of their children because even with all their wealth and fame, they don't have any prana, so they have to suck it from their children. Okay, so I wanted to cover this for a number of days. MSNBC's Mehdi Hasan exposes glaring hypocrisy in the right wing's latest freakout. And so here we go.
Eamon, before I hand it over to you, we live in an America, I have to say, where conservative media stars don't lose their minds when Donald Trump's supporters do this to the United States Capitol in full view of the world. But if a prominent black woman who has been trained as a classical flutist since the age of 10...
So I'm not going to show the picture of what they're showing you because YouTube will probably demonetize my video. You can't show any of the scenes from the big day in January, right? But I'll show a picture of Lizzo playing the flute so you know what that's all about.
Is invited by another prominent black woman, the Librarian of Congress, to play a 200-year-old crystal flute once owned by a founding father. Conservatives have a collective breakdown. I'm sure you saw that they attacked Lizzo for, quote, desecrating and mocking American history because she dared to play the flute at her concert in D.C. on Tuesday night. It seems to me, Eamon, as you and I have discussed...
It isn't because she played the flute, right? It's because of what she was wearing, right? And I don't care. I don't care. She wants to play the 200-year-old flute. I don't care about the flute. I don't care about any of this stuff, right? It's what she's wearing. It's the problem for right-wing people. And, of course, they're going to have a problem with this. And to compare that to the thing that happened in January is ludicrous, right? This is compared to the normal, everyday outrage on the left media about anything that Trump does. This isn't about some big event. This is about, some small event that they talk about for 1 or 2 days. Like I said, I don't care. I don't get outraged by any of these things. I'm not a right-wing or left-wing person. Doesn't matter to me. But I understand why right-wing people are upset.
Right here in recent weeks, that for conservative media stars
They're blacking out the main part of this.
in America today, a black woman cannot be cast as a queen on Lord of the Rings, cannot be the Little Mermaid, and cannot play James Madison's flute. A flute none of them had ever heard of until 5 days ago.
No,
It's the outfit, right?
listen, I completely agree with you.
Wait, you do? That's a real shocker. You're a host on MSNBC. This is the handoff between the two shows nobody's watching, right? I think these are weekend shows or whatever. These might be the new Chris Cuomo and Don Lemons for all I know, right? I guess Jake Tapper is one of them. But anyways, they're doing a handoff. And he agrees with his coworker who's bashing conservative media, and he's on MSNBC, and he agrees with him. It's a real shocker. I never would have guessed that.
First of all, Mahdi,
You're making it. They never said it was because she was black. They never said that. They might think that. I don't know, but they certainly didn't say it. You guys are saying that. It's what she's wearing is the issue. What she is, performing in, her outfit, and then the flute, right? And so they'd be outraged by the outfit in the first place. And so if you're going to make it about something, it's not about her being black. It would be considered fat shaming. That's what would be the, or just in general, wearing something like that when you are playing something that's, some sacred historical object. But I mean, this is dishonest. This is fundamentally dishonest. And, like I said, I don't care. Like, people have sent me this thing. Lizzo can do whatever she wants. She can play the thing naked in front of whatever bunch of people. I'm not watching it, right? It's not my problem, she wants to do this on Instagram. I don't care. She wants to play the flute, James Madison's flute, anybody's flute. I don't care about flutes, right? I don't care about so-called sacred historical items. They don't mean anything to me. The country's imploding. But, for this guy to come out and say that there's, this is to do with race and not what she's wearing and the whole Lizzo vibe is ridiculous. And then comparing it to the big day in January a couple of years ago, they rag on Trump every day. In fact, he's ragging on conservatives being mad about Lizzo, right? You're okay with Jojo Magoo slobbering on himself and droning 7 kids? You're okay that Jojo killed 7 children in Afghanistan? You're okay with that, but you're going to rag on the conservatives for ragging on Lizzo? You guys are all petty. You're weak, petty, ridiculous, and poor ratings in this case. You're doing this for almost nothing, right? Because nobody's watching.
this has nothing to do with the flute, like you said. I don't think anyone in America even knew
She was also twerking.
James Madison had a flute. It is about who
She was twerking, which they don't show you, right? That's the other thing. She's like twerking and wiggling while she plays the flute.
gets to tell and share in America's history. And the truth, as some have pointed out, is that this is about a proud, talented black musician showcasing to her audience and the world a moment of her happiness and joy that just triggered the
Twerking while playing this historic flute. Say what it is, right? Because James Madison wouldn't have wanted this. I don't think James Madison, well, maybe he would have. Maybe he was, who knows what he was into. And who really cares? And I should also say this benefits Lizzo. When the conservatives go after somebody, and I mean, it's, it's a benefit, just like with Trump. It gets her name out there, all these things, right? That's what celebrities want. That's what famous people want. They want people to talk about them. And so if they get somebody to attack them, it makes their fans stand up for them. It draws attention to them. This is great for Lizzo, right? I mean, that's why she would do it. People do things to be outrageous. It's what Madonna did for years. It's the whole Madonna model, Madam Expiration Date, where she would do something outrageous and it would help sell albums. It's why they have rap feuds and the rest of these things. it draws attention. Drama draws attention to celebrity and their, whatever they're shilling. A number of people have sent me this. I haven't got around to it, but I could do it here.
We partnered with Google, for example. If you Google climate change.
Did you? Did you partner with Google?
You will, at the top of your search, you will get all kinds of UN resources. We started this partnership when we were shocked to see that when we Googled climate change, we were getting incredibly distorted information right at the top.
I don't know why there's subpar audio there, but this speaks to what's going on the internet. I love YouTube. I'm happy at YouTube, for the reasons I've said in various other videos. But the problem that they have is they are gaming their own algorithms, their own system to promote things that people don't want, right? Because what she's saying there is that at the top of the search engines, there is going to be results, truther results, and that's what people are looking for, right? When they search climate change. And so when you give them things they don't want, and she wants them to game the system, they all do, then that's gaming the system, and it doesn't work because people then will work harder to find the information that they want, and now they're even more believing that it's true because you're suppressing it.
So we're becoming much more proactive. We own the science, and
you own the science, right? You pay for it? Did you pay for the science? Again, I'm different than most people in the truth community because we're polluting the crap out of this planet. And it starts with electromagnetic frequency, the Wi-Fi's and things. 4G, 5G, 4G is microwaves, and 5G is now millimeter waves, and we're all affected by that, something that's confirmed in my spiritual belief system, Sahaj Marg, all these things, right? And so there's that, and then there's all the pollution. We're polluting the crap out of this planet. We are garbage makers, and we have polluted with toxins. I mean, And so to me, it isn't about whether we're polluting the planet or making it worse. CO2 emissions, I don't know about, like it's all a big scam. I mean, from the point of view of what they're doing with it. It's just that I don't believe that they're sincere because they're the ones who hold all the power. They could clamp down on CO2 emissions if they really wanted to. And they're blocking like water-powered cars. I did a video on this, which, got copyrighted again. It's just whatever it is. But there's, multiple water-powered vehicles and other things out there, clean energy, that's being suppressed, and they're allowing this to happen. So if she was really about all of these things she's talking about, she would say that, right? That big business is suppressing these things.
we think that the world should know it, and the platforms themselves also do. But again, it's a huge challenge that I think all sectors of society need to be very active in.
Exactly, all sectors. We got to do this. We got to stop the so-called conspiracy theorists from getting out there. We got to own the science. Chris Cuomo's returns to primetime news with first show says he's learned his lesson. I covered this on my other channel today, but I'm going to cover it differently. I mean, hopefully different jokes. The same Cuomo's, maybe the same jokes, who knows?
I've relied on my family, my friends, my therapist, and thankfully,
he's just so douchey, right?
it's been the case that what doesn't kill us does make us stronger.
Not in terms of your ratings, though. We know that he's, from my other channel today, that his ratings tanked.
I've been humbled by what happened, and I'm also hungry to do better in a way that
He's hungry.
Never been before. So this show is going to be different than what I've done in the past because I'm different.
It's not going to suck, you mean?
And I've spent a lot of time looking and listening on the sidelines.
He's been on the sidelines being a free agent. This is the free agent man, the guy who's a free agent.
It's obvious to me that we need people in my position to do more, to not just play or even referee the game that is plaguing our politics and society. That means exposing the game.
Like we do in the truth community much better, just people in general on the internet. And so Chris Cuomo's, he was a free agent, and now he's losing it in every demographic, and then, all the rest of it. Netflix pushes back on panicked Prince Harry and Meghan Markle over doc edits. Wow, that was let me try that again. Netflix pushes back on panicked Prince Harry, Meghan Markle's over doc edits, which means there's a documentary coming out, and there's stuff in there they don't want, or this is just some self-promotional thing here.
How are you doing?
From their big new house in California, Prince Harry and Meghan have struck a big new deal.
And it's on us now. It's on all of us collectively to make the world a better place.
They're still involved in charity work, recently
In air quotes.
handing out school supplies to children in need. But the couple's agreement with Netflix will likely make them millions.
Netflix, of course, made sense. It's a global powerhouse.
It makes sense.
They're starting their own production company, promising documentaries, shows, and children's programming.
We're ready for you, Your Majesty.
To stream exclusively on the same service that portrays the royals on The Crown.
Okay. This is getting old quick. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are at odds with Netflix and even their own production team, sources told Page 6, as they backtrack on what they want to show the public in the upcoming docuseries. The couple allegedly wants to cut chunks from the doc, which they have been filming for more than a year now, but the Netflix chiefs are standing by the Sussexes, filmmakers who want to keep the content, according to insiders. Brad Pitt allegedly choke, hit, and frightened his kids in Angelina Jolie plane fight. They had a fight on a plane, which is complicated, and she's been testifying. It's got some Frankenstein's wife's ghoul lines going there. And that says here, Brad Pitt calls Angelina Jolie's plane allegations completely untrue. He was not choking them and beating them. Who's the woo stealer, Brad Pitt's, or the maleficent Angelina Jolie? No one can tell who the bigger liar is. Is Pete Davidson removing his Kim Kardashian themes tattoos? I thought it was a definite. I didn't know it was a question when I originally looked at this. But the guy is constantly getting tattoos of women and then having to either make them into something else or cover them up. And so, maybe you want to rethink getting these tattoos. And one of them is a brand. Like, he can't get rid of it. My girl is a lawyer. That's no longer true. And so now he's got to, But the brands, he branded some stuff on himself. Kanye West calls Vogue editor his sister after White Lives Matter t-shirt backlash. Kanye West called Vogue fashion editor Gabrielle Kaffa Johnson his sister after attacking her for criticizing his White Lives Matter t-shirts. Gabby is my sister. I'm not letting people go to bed thinking I didn't meet with Gabrielle at 5 p.m. today for 2 hours, and then we went to dinner at 30. But then the Kardashians started to turn on him. Kendall Jenner subtly supports Jaden Smith walking out on Kanye West's show. The model liked telling tweets. Smith wrote about Kim Kardashian's estranged husband, who surprised Yeezy's show on Monday with White Lives Matters t-shirts. I had to dip, LOL, was Jaden. I don't care who it is. I don't feel the message. I'm out. And then he wrote Black Lives Matter. And then Khloe, the big one, Khloe Kardashian slams Kanye West, defends parroting. Enough already. Okay, so Kanye West wrote, I wonder where Gigi and Venus's perspectives were when I didn't know where my child was on her birthday. Gabby told me that she disagreed with that, and that's me putting it in a nice way. She said it was on her group chats, so why didn't everybody feel so free to attack me about my t-shirt? But Candace Owens was the only public figure to say that it was wrong for the Kardashians to keep me from seeing my daughter. Or we just chime in when we want to tear black man down for actually having a different political opinion. And for all the audience is so outraged about my t-shirt, where was you when I couldn't see my kids? I went public in hope of public support at that time. Chloe, 45, bringing up the birthday narrative again, and she said, enough already. We all know the truth, and in my opinion, everyone is tired of it. The big one. She's slaying right here. Oh, that's Kim. Where's the big one? She's up here. There's the big one in some sort of, I don't know. I have to edit this. I was in the process of editing the video, and then a couple of my viewers sent me this. And so this is Khloe Kardashian's whole response. Yay, I love you. I don't want to do this on social media, but you keep bringing it here. You are the father of my nieces and nephews, and I'm trying to be respectful, but please stop tearing Kimberly jewelry down and using our family when you want to deflect. Again, with the birthday narrative. Again, enough already. Whatever. We all know the truth. In my opinion, everyone's tired of it. You know exactly where your children are at all times, and you want to separate birthdays. I've seen all the texts to prove it. And when you change your mind and want to attend, you came. Like you have pointed out yourself, this is the one taking care of your kids 80% of the time. Please leave her and the family out of it so the kids can be raised peacefully. I come from a place of love, and I'm happy to continue this conversation privately if you wish. So that's Chloe, and this is Kanye's response here. You are lying and are liars. Y'all basically kidnapped Chicago on my birthday so she could remember her father not being there. Trav gave me the address of my children's party. That's how y'all play with black fathers. You also threw a party before Psalm's birthday when I was flying back from Japan to be there for his birthday. And the first I heard about it was seeing pics of the party online. Also, I should see my children 100% of the time, but since there's a separation, it should have been 50% of the time. You all wouldn't have played with Donda like that in Jesus' name. So I don't know what that means. That's his mom. Y'all wouldn't have played with Donda like that in Jesus' name. So, this keeps on going on. Khloe Kardashian accused of major Photoshop fail and now deleted pic. And so somehow she's using Photoshop to enhance her appearance. Raised some eyebrows on Monday after she allegedly posted a photo in a black catsuit that showed off her curves. However, eagle-eyed fans noticed that her waist appeared smaller than usual. You know what would appear smaller than usual? Let's roll the meme.
So, you guys make fun of me for having a bigger vagina than most.
Alec Baldwin settles with Russ cinematographer Hal Hodgins' family.
How's it going, sir? So my understanding, you were in the room when someone was shot?
Holding the gun, yeah.
Okay.
I was the one holding the gun, yeah. Not something you want to be saying when somebody was shot. Yeah, I don't know. I was the one holding the gun. I don't know what happened. Alec Baldwin, the family of the late Russ cinematographer Hal Hodgins have reached an undisclosed settlement in the wrongful death lawsuit. I got another meme with Alec and the father, the husband. Gigi Hadid sets Kanye straight again over Vogue editor. It's Gabriella. I don't even know what this is. Like, it's just, is that he said some of it? I guess I just read that. I don't know. It's too confusing for me. Prince Andrew had revolving door of women, former royal officers says. So this is one Bilbo O'Reilly. Now, I really dislike this guy because I mean, he just sucks. He's unlikable. But he's one of the first to take news media in the direction it's gone, right? Like, they're all copying him, which sucks because they suck and he sucked in the beginning.
CNN media layoff. CNN's laying off a bunch of people. This is just the beginning. So, TV news is done.
He's right about that. We all know that. But he's, he's one of the big reasons why.
It's going to hang around, but it's over. And I'm the poster boy for it. Okay? I was in the golden age.
Yeah, you can call it the golden age, but that's not what I'd call it.
Worked for CBS, ABC as a correspondent, Fox News you know about.
Inside Edition.
And I'm watching it, and I don't watch it much because I'm too busy, but I go, it's boring. Lunacy. I mean,
both things are true. I wouldn't say boring if you're into making fun of stuff. If you add content, if you are watching it and you make jokes, you don't even have to do it like I make videos, but if you're sitting there with other people making fun of the news, it's quite fun. It's quite a good experience.
I mean, true lunacy. I don't even use the clips anymore because they're that crazy. And I'm going, this is not a growth industry here. So, CNN.
And, because it's over. It's partly because it sucks, but it's more because they can't compete.
And MSNBC, Fox, losing audience. Okay? That will continue. And you'll see more layoffs. And,
they'll keep it going. They'll get some sort of government funding. And I mean, you saw that with Google made an agreement with the UN, right? And so you'll see things like that. But, it's just propaganda. But nobody's going to watch the news. I mean, and if they watch it, they're not going to take it seriously. It's over. Even Bilbo O'Reilly knows. Haiti at breaking point as economy tanks and violence soars. Economy tanks and violence soars. Haiti has never done really well. Like when I lived in Florida, there are a lot of Haitian immigrants, and I talked to some of them. I knew some of them, and they said it was a hard place to live. It's had financial issues forever, and now these are the first countries to go because countries that were doing poorly before, when the global economy starts to collapse, they're the first ones to go. But it's a sign of things to come for everybody else. I don't know when it's happened, and I've gone to this 2-channel format where I'm covering this on 2 channels, and there's enough content. I mean, depending on how much time I have, I leave things out on both channels. Like I have things that people send me, I'm like, oh, I can't get to that today or whatever it is, right? But it's just a big mess now. Like it's just like a big, like you go to the news, it's just like everything's a big pile of vomit, right? And that's just by day, right? And I'm not saying, people watch both videos, but for me, I comb through all this stuff and there's more stuff I don't cover and it's just become pointless, right? I mean, I make fun of it and I do my whatever I do here. But it's just irredeemable. I mean, there's no answer for this. There's no antidote. It's just, it's going to run its course until it collapses. It's just something dying. It's like William Shatner, that that from Star Trek, who played the opossum in Over the Hedge cartoon movie, and he's, doing a 10-minute death scene, right? Just hamming it up and, trying to milk the clock as much as he can and get as much screen time as he can. And that's what we see here. Only spirituality will save this world. It's Paul Romano, definitely pointing to the apocalypse and the ascension. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.